The Robert L. Doughton House stands at the base of a steep wooded hill at the edge of Cranberry Creek in Laurel Springs, North Carolina. Now a historic bed and breakfast known as Doughton Hall, the home was originally built in 1896 as a family home for Bob Doughton, a prosperous local farmer, livestock raiser, merchant, and politician. The rambling two-story frame farmhouse is a simplified country version of the late Queen Anne style, typical of Appalachia at the turn of the last century. The first floor of the house followed a center hall plan, 2 rooms deep, heated by interior chimneys. The second floor plan was identical to the first. A highlight of the house remains the front foyer, with its beautiful staircase to the second floor. Bathrooms and interior plumbing were added to the house in 1950. On a 1970s nomination form to the National Register of Historic Places, a researcher wrote, quote, "The simplicity of the house's plan and detail denies it any claim to architectural pretension," end quote. While this may be well and true, we don't believe for a second that it takes away from the sheer classic beauty of the old home place. Wouldn't you agree? Descended from one of the earliest families to settle Allegheny County, Robert Lee Doughton was born in Laurel Springs in 1863. Standing well over 6 feet tall, he attended the local primary and high school, but never attended college. In 1893, he married Miss Boyd Greer. Sadly, she died only 3 years later. In 1898, Bob married Miss Lily Stricker Hicks. From all accounts, Farmer Bob loved raising herds of prized Hereford and Holstein cows, along with growing corn and numerous other crops on the 2,000-plus acres that adjoined the house. It is estimated that at one time, Bob owned and farmed nearly 5,000 acres in the area. Besides farming, Bob also loved politics, and at a young age rose to prominence in local and state government. In 1911, he was elected to the United States House of Representatives. In Washington, Farmer Bob soon acquired a reputation for getting up extremely early and being at work hours before staffers or anyone else. He also became known for his great common sense, a high level of stubbornness, and an extreme sense of frugality. In total, Bob served 42 consecutive years in Congress, making him one of the longest-serving members in congressional history. For 18 of those years, he served as the chairman of the powerful House Ways and Means Committee during the difficult years of the Depression and World War II. Not bad for a farm kid from Appalachia. As chairman of the House Ways and Means Committee, Bob Doughton is credited with being the major force in working with President Roosevelt and passing the famous Social Security Act. Bob has also become known as the father of the Blue Ridge Parkway, for ensuring that the Blue Ridge Parkway ran through North Carolina instead of an alternate route through Tennessee. It is important to note that the largest park on the Blue Ridge Parkway, Doughton Park, is named in his honor. After Bob's death in 1954, the house was left to a daughter, who lived in it until the late 1960s. After the daughter moved out, the house sat vacant for nearly 30 years. During this time, the Allegheny News reported that the house was, quote, raided by thieves and vandals, end quote. Most of the antique furniture, declared the newspaper, has been removed. This was an understatement. In actuality, the thieves stole everything they could, including carpet and furniture, bathroom fixtures, and even stairway rail spindles. In the 1970s, the property was sold at auction, and the new owner tried to donate it to the U.S. Park Service. He hoped that the home would become a Blue Ridge Parkway museum, honoring the Congressman. Sadly, the Park Service refused to accept the property. Over subsequent years, the home continued to deteriorate until being purchased by Pam and Eddie Hall in 1991. Pam had long admired the house and was excited to purchase it, even though it was in horrible condition. Her hope and dream was to rescue the historic home and turn it into a beautiful bed and breakfast. With the help of friends and family and a lot of blood, sweat, and money, the Halls started the project. Never giving up, they ripped out the old plumbing and electrical systems, replaced missing windows, hung new wallpaper, and even blew in 132 bags of insulation into the old uninsulated walls. They bought a wide variety of antiques to refurnish the rooms and even added a duck pond in the side yard. Today, Doughton Hall, renamed after both the Doughton and the Hall families, stands as an important monument to a bygone era in both local and national history. We like to think that old Farmer Bob would be extremely proud of how it all turned out. Hi, this is Kelly from Appalachian Memory Keepers, and I just want to say thank you for watching this latest episode of Back When Stories. We hope you enjoyed learning about the Robert L. Doughton house and a little bit about the man himself. He is definitely one of my local heroes. Did an incredible amount for this part of Appalachia. Also, if you own an old home place or farm with a great family story, we want to hear about it. Simply go to AppalachianMemoryKeepers.org, go to the contact form, and tell us a little bit about it. And we will be in touch about possibly featuring it in a future episode of Back When Stories. Also, when you are on our website, please consider making a one-time donation or joining for only $10 a year and having access to all of our content. Appalachian Memory Keepers is a 501c3 registered nonprofit, and we're an all-volunteer organization, so every donation and membership is important in helping us create new content. Until next time, for everybody at Appalachian Memory Keepers, I want to say thank you for your support, and we'll see you soon.